This came up on the Atheist Community of Austin's Facebook page. There have been some people posting some stuff up there claiming that Christians are stupid. Stop doing that, okay? Christians are not stupid. Some of them are actually very smart. We think they're wrong, okay? But Matt and I both used to be Christians. We didn't get smarter when we became atheists. We just learned a little more and changed our minds. And so, you know, I don't think you're doing yourself any favors. And in particular, one of the guys posted something that I thought was really egregious. It was obviously kind of a parody of the Chick-fil-A ads, the Eat More Chicken ads. It had the Chick-fil-A cows out there with the signs, but it was in the Roman Colosseum with the lion in the background. It said, "Eat more Christians." So, I mean, if this is something that you're advocating, that, you know, basically Christians should be killed, fed to the lions or whatever, you're actually not any more moral than the CEO of Chick-fil-A. Because they justified that by saying, you know, that the CEO of Chick-fil-A was advocating killing gays, and I was aware of that, and I agree that's egregious. But again, if you're advocating killing Christians, you're not any more moral than Dan Cathy. So,
well, I would say, you know, in the context of you know, hyperbole and stuff like that, it's like, there is this occasion where we continually look at this as a battleground, and I, you know, when we say we didn't necessarily get smarter, I guess, you know, it depends on what you mean. Colloquially, I know more now than I did then.
Right.
But the point is that it's not that the people who believe something are necessarily stupid. Some may be. There are plenty of atheists who are probably also stupid. It's more that they believe something irrationally, and that this one act of theirs may be stupid, and that we're all stupid about something at some point somewhere. Yeah. So it's not this idea that seems to be tossed around that atheists are, you know, automatically smarter and better informed and are not prone to gullibility and irrationality. You should come read my email sometime.
Yeah.
Because that's just not true.
Well, and you know, that was one of the things that I was trying to point out in this thread, is that a lot of the times when people believe things that, you know, those of us who've worked our way through Christianity or some other religion, and now we no longer believe, we can look at that and say, okay, that's kind of an absurd belief. You know, this is obviously not true. And we can do that looking at this now, but one of the things that keeps people from actually even asking those kinds of questions that lead to working their way through that is the indoctrination, and that's really powerful. And if you've never been indoctrinated, you need to understand it in this context. I mean, we don't criticize a 3-year-old who's afraid of the big bad wolf because he's got this irrational fear of the big bad wolf, okay? Keep in mind that this idea that God's going to send you to hell if you do something wrong or if you don't believe, that probably got implanted in the minds of most theists when they were about 3 years old. And that's been reinforced. So unlike the fear of the big bad wolf that we work really hard to help kids get rid of, this whole indoctrination thing is reinforced for their whole life. And so by the time they get to the age of reason and they can start to think about these questions, that fear is pretty powerful. So don't discount that. And that's not a question of, you know, some kind of intellectual incapacity. This is actually about, you know, somebody purposefully planting a fear in somebody's mind. So that's not stupidity. It's not even willful ignorance. It's just plain out fear. And we get emails from people all the time who say, you know what, I really don't believe anymore, but I still am afraid that, you know, if I'm wrong, I'll go to hell. And so it should give you some idea of just how powerful this indoctrination really is.
I had a special guest who was supposed to be calling today, a gentleman who swears that he can heal me by praying. And after asking me for the telephone number of the show, it appears that he was unable to read the email with the telephone number of the show and instead just replied to my Google number that's on the bottom.
Yeah.
Hey man, I guess I'm not going to get in touch with you today. Please give me the time, and that would be, so I'm just calling trying to get to pray for you here again. This is all coming in on my phone, so this is almost as good as if he had called. I would love to see if that happened. I'm not here to be adversarial or to that be and tech, and I thank you all. I wanted to see if there was some way to get you know if you're not the only person he's going to kill this week or today. You're just one of many, so I would like to see get healed. God loves you. I hope we can talk. That's enough of that.
Yeah. This was the guy that had to have your phone number in order to heal you?
Yes.
Yeah.
He had to have the phone number in order to heal me, so I gave him a phone number, and instead of calling that, he called my Google number, which just is voicemail, and that has apparently confused him. Not that he's stupid.
Yeah.
I have no problem at all with identifying specific stupid acts from people.
Yeah.
It's the generalization. It's the,
right, yeah.
Oh, Christians are all stupid. No, actually, they're not all, and some of them are way smarter and way more informed than quite a few atheists that I deal with on a regular basis. So.